First Peter chapter 5 verses 6 and 7 says, "Humble yourselves therefore under Yah's mighty hand, that he might lift you up in due time. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." I want to encourage people that might feel as if they've missed their mark or they've missed the timing to accomplish a certain thing. Whether you feel you've missed the time to have children or to get married or to start your business or for your business to grow, go to college, go to school, educate yourself, grow in spirit. We have this thing that we believe that we're supposed to be at a certain place at a certain time in our lives. And usually these artificial expectations are created by another person, another man, society, the way that the world thinks, oh, by the time you're 35, you should have done X, Y, Z. But I want to encourage you, because not everything that man has determined for you to do under the sun in a certain time period is Yah or Father God's time period for you. Sometimes his timing is not even in the season that people may think. Some people might say, oh, when you're in your 20s, that's the time for you to fool around and make all these dumb decisions. Well, the Father might say, well, I'm calling you to be married, or I'm calling you to serve me even in your youth or in your infancy. Like even with Samuel didn't get a chance to screw up his life like some of us know we have. I mean, he was called when he was still young. Like, he was working under Eli. And he heard the Father call his name 3 times, and he said, finally, here I am. Because he thought Eli was calling him, because he wasn't familiar with the voice of Yah. So I want to encourage you that some of us will never know the warfare other people have to go through. Some of us will not follow the status quo and do things at a certain age or a certain time. Some of us are going to be quicker. Some of us are going to be slower. And I just pray that no matter if you are going through things according to the world standard as early, on time, or late, that you just make sure that you're in Yah's timing for you. Because when we're in his timing, that's when he makes provision, because we are in our purpose in that moment. And the safest place to be on earth is operating in Yah's purpose for your life, because he will have to make provision. He says your gifts and your talents will make room for you. So if you feel like, oh, I missed it, or oh, they boxed me out, or oh, I can never make it, oh, I can't. You have to stop thinking like that, talking like that, because even though other people may have dismissed you and said, oh, this person is a has-been, or they'll never be, or can't be, or whatever, don't equate your success to what the world considers successful, because what the world may consider successful may completely be contrary to what the Father has in store for you. So the world might tell you, be single till you're 35 and accomplish your dreams and your goals, get married before you're 40, have children when you're in your 40s, and then grow old and still make money, and still, they'll tell you a whole lot of things, but that might not be what the Father considers successful to you. It might not even make you happy or fill your heart with joy. Too many people have done what the world told them they should do, and they're absolutely miserable because they're not in their purpose. They're not doing things the way that the Father would have wanted them to do things, or they're not in the right careers or whatever that the Father says, because we believed in this concept that if you're not out here getting money or buying houses or getting bigger debts, then you're not living, or you're not experiencing the greatness of God or of Yah. And I just want to encourage you that you haven't missed nothing, no matter where you are, if you are in your purpose. And if you're not in your purpose, it is not too late if there's still breath in your lungs. He said, let everything that has breath, acknowledge him, worship him, give him what you owe him, because a rock will cry out if we won't, right? So I just pray that you know today that his ways are higher than our ways. When Abraham and Sarah, or Sarah and Abram, thought that it was too late for them, and they started, talking crazy, like, oh, it's too late, I'm too old now to have a child or whatever. He gave them a child of their own. So don't ever think that the Father's plans for you are canceled, because we live in a cancel culture, where I love what somebody else said today too. It's like, when we were younger, when we looked at people that were in their 40s or their 50s, we used to think, wow, that's old, or like their grandparents. But now that we're getting to those ages ourselves, we're realizing the truth that, in fact, you're as old as you really think you are. You're as old as you treat yourself. You're as, inflexible as you have proven yourself to be. So if you don't work out and you don't take care of yourself and all that other stuff, then yeah, you're going to age more than somebody that does. And if you're not, it's just God's grace. So So take care of yourself. Don't just let the world dictate to you when you should retire. Let the Father tell you when you're done. Like Christ said on the cross, it is finished because the Father said it was finished, not because the world said they were tired of him or tired of you. Until the Father says you're done, you still got time. And so I encourage you to make the right decisions for your life, for your timing, because he has big plans, not just for you, but for everybody that's around you, that's in your sphere of influence. So don't let the enemy make you feel like you cannot humble your thoughts. I love what it says, humble yourselves, means bring yourself under submission to Yah's purpose for you. Bring yourself under what he's got for you, and stop leaning on your own understanding or even what your life means. Some of us feel like we are here to live, work, have children, and die. Maybe have some fun. And for some of us, we don't even know what fun is if we're believers, because we're like, oh, I can't go there, can't do that, can't eat this, can't do that. It's a whole lot of things we might feel like we can't do, which leads us to the question, well, if I can't do all these things, what can I do? And I just ask you to humble yourself to see what the Father will say for you to do. Because he didn't just call us to go and preach or witness or be friends with just people that are church folk. He's called us to be a witness in a dark place, in a dark world, in a fallen world. So you are in a right place such as this. I love what Pastor Mike Todd says, and he says, everything you have right now is everything you need. So may you know that no matter where you're at, no matter what you have, no matter what you don't have, that you have everything you need for where you're at right now. And what you don't have to go to the next level, surely, if you are in the Father's purpose for your life, he will provide. He will make provision. I love what King David says, I've never seen the righteous forsaken or begging bread. So may you know that if we're doing right, if we are taking our seeds, sowing our seeds, letting the time go, and doing the work that it takes to work through those transitions, through the time, through the waiting, or whatever it might be, that we will have a harvest. And when you have a harvest, you still have to work to collect the harvest. You still have stuff you're probably going to have to do even after you bring in a harvest. So if you're praying for a marriage, when it comes, that's not when you stop working for it. That's not when you stop loving for it. That's not when you stop being the woman or the man you've been called to be to get married. Now that you're married, you just stop. Same thing is true with getting a job or starting a business. We might think, oh, I'm over the hurdle, I'm good, I'm in the harvest now, I don't have to do as much as I used to do. But you might have to plant seeds every year. You're not going to get a harvest every year from one time you plant it. You have to keep planting. So I just pray that we realize that we live in a time where we have to constantly challenge ourselves to do the right thing after the right thing, so that we may reap the good things that the Father has for us. So may you all be encouraged and have a beautiful and blessed day. I am Dr. Lee. You can follow me, learn more at Author K. Lee, pretty much on everything. So with that being said, y'all have a wonderful day, and bye-bye for now.